Hello boys and girls, I hope you're all well. I am so excited to film this video, like I actually can't even tell you. As you guys know, I have gone cruelty free this year, so I've recently been testing out a bunch of new products that I have absolutely fallen in love with, the majority anyway. So I really wanted to just sit down and film a get ready with me or like a tutorial this morning, showing you all of the new products that I found. Some of them you guys already know about that I've been using anyway. Obviously I've gone ahead and done my brows off camera. I did actually film it for you, so I'm going to quickly talk you through what I've been using and what I've been loving. Still using brow pencils, like brow pencils are literally my favorite thing to use. So I've recently been using the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP in the shade medium brown, and then I've been mixing it with the Urban Decay brow blade. So this one's in the shade Dark Drapes. I find that the Urban Decay one, I was kind of using that by itself for a while because it actually is a really good pencil, but this one's just a little bit too dark for me, so I kind of like to use the two together and start off with the Fenty brow pencil, and I'll kind of use that to do the majority of the brow, and then I'll literally just do the finishing touches with the Urban Decay one. And then to prime, Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I've fallen back in love with this. I use the shade Vanilla and I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm gonna keep the eyes fairly natural, I think, which I know is just like same shit different day. I just want this to be more about the products and not like the makeup look, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna be using my Kylie bronze palette. I use this so much and I know it must get so annoying, but I actually swear by this palette, and to be honest, I'm only gonna do like a matte brown in the crease anyway. Like that's literally all I'm gonna do, because I am gonna do like a smoky liner. So you don't have to use this. Literally anything that you've got that's cruelty free, that is a matte shadow. You can even use your bronzer. Like I was very tempted to just use bronzer instead, but I thought I'd just whip this out so that I can also do my liner with it. So I'm gonna take a Morphe M514 and I'm just gonna dip into Tiger Eye. That tends to be like my go-to crease shade. It's just like a nice medium brown, and sometimes I find this one in the middle a little bit too yellow and a little bit too warm. The base products are kind of what are like my biggest focus in this look, because I feel like I've really found like my ultimate cruelty-free base now. Yeah, I'm just applying this from the outer corner and then blending it in a little bit. I'm gonna literally do like a really light wash of shadow. Like I don't really want a very intense crease today. Also, as you guys know, I'm going vegan for 30 days and I'm actually really enjoying that so far. Like I'm really excited to film that video at the end of the month. Actually like found some really good kind of like vegan foods and vegan recipes. As I said, my boyfriend cooks, like he's the most amazing cook ever. So he's just been making like really delicious vegan dinners and vegan lunches. A lot of them are quite easy as well. Some of them are a little bit more difficult, but for the most part, they're all pretty simple. So he's actually coming around in like a couple of hours to cook lunch and I'm so excited. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that there for now. As I said, it's just like a really light wash of color. I'm gonna do my shadow liner, but I think I'm gonna do... what am I gonna do? No, I'm gonna use the same shade I would usually use. I was gonna use a lighter brown, but I'm still gonna do like a little wing liner, like a black wing liner in the middle. So I'm gonna stick to this shade, which is Bronze Eye. You need a really skinny liner brush for this. This is the Anastasia number 7 brush. It's super, super thin. And as always, I'm just gonna pick some up on the brush and then pinch it either side to get rid of any like excess. And then we're just gonna go in and do a wing. So you kind of want to stamp it at your outer corner and then just drag it back to the lash line. Okay, and then I'm actually gonna use some of the Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Liner. I kind of fancied using a pen today rather than a brush and a gel. So this one I really love. The NYX Epic Ink Liner is also a really good drugstore alternative as well. So I'm gonna do a little wing inside and then go across my lash line. And the thing that I really like about this is the actual tip is super thin, so it's actually very easy to like access right at the lashes. Okay, and then as always, I'm gonna go back over with a little bit of the shadow and just blend it in. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do for the eyes. I'm gonna save lashes and mascara to the end because I can't quite decide what lashes I want to do yet. So I'm gonna go straight onto skin. Right, sorry, I've just like touched up my roots as well because my hair is looking a little light right now. Okay, so for moisturizer, as I mentioned, I'm gonna use the Ulla Henriksen C Rush Brightening Gel Cream. I actually really love this. And then I'm also gonna mix in some of the I Love Paradise Medium Tanning Drops. So my face doesn't look pasty, okay? Sorry, I felt like my hair was actually getting everywhere, so don't mind me. Prime, I'm going to use some of the URBN B6 spray. I actually tend to use this just like on my neck because I don't always like going full in with moisturizer on my neck, so I just kind of spray some of this and then it just like lightly primes for any foundation. I also really love at the minute the NYX Bear With Me primer. I am obsessed with this. It's a really good dupe for the Illamasqua Jelly Primer. I don't know what the name of it is, but kind of like the jelly primer that they have. This is literally the same concept, but it's like half the price, so great. Just like really helps to hydrate, leaves your skin quite tacky, which is really good for foundation and any product on top. One thing that I am very happy to be using, or two things that I'm very happy to be using, are the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter and Airbrush Foundation. So I mentioned in my last makeup video and also on Instagram, I think, that there was a post saying that Charlotte Tilbury is no longer cruelty free, and someone tagged me in that post, and then I was reading through it and it all seemed really kind of legit and it all made sense, so I was just assuming that I wasn't going to be using Charlotte Tilbury anymore. Charlotte Tilbury are cruelty free. I spoke to my friend Millie who works for them, and she actually called me on Saturday just completely randomly out of the blue saying that she was on a training like session with them with some of the senior artists and other members of staff, and she actually asked for us, so thank you, Mel. So yeah, they are cruelty free, and if in the case that the products that are currently in mainland China ever do need to be tested on animals, the products will just be taken out and not used there anymore. I'm first off using the Flawless Filter in the shade 4 Medium. I got this tip from someone in my comment section. I'm really sorry, I have no idea who it was, but if you're watching, thank you. Someone was saying that they really like to use this product because it's kind of like just a luminous product, just kind of all over the skin before foundation, or just like in the places that you want to highlight, so like tops of the cheeks, chin, that kind of thing, just as like a little highlighting or luminous base. So I'm gonna go in with my sponge. This is literally a brand new beauty blender. I've not had a new beauty blender in the longest time, so I don't actually know how to feel. Like, is it just me that feels like a brand new beauty blender is nowhere near as good as like an old crusty beauty blender? Like, I just feel like it doesn't do the same job. And then I am going to be using my Airbrush foundation, my Airbrush Flawless foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I really love this at the minute. I feel like this is what I'm reaching for most at the minute because the shade is pretty much perfect for me as well. It's in the shade 7 Neutral. Just taking like half a pump, because if anyone watched my Charlotte Tilbury video, you will know that I applied way too much of this. I literally did like a fresh layer of tan last night and I washed it off this morning, and it just never like develops as dark on my neck and stuff compared to the rest of my body. Like, it's so annoying. And then I've just done like a little baby pump as well for my forehead, my 5 head. Just so easy to blend in. It's really smooth on the skin. Cream bronzer, oh my gosh. Okay, this is definitely one of the products I'm most excited about in this video. I'm really wanted to share with you guys. I'm obsessed with this. So this is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer. I have the darker shade, so I have the shade Blaze. I don't think I intended to get the darker shade because it is a little bit too dark for me, but the thing that I really loved about this, because I honestly looked at the colour and thought this was going to be too dark for me to use, if I just use this with a foundation brush, so this is like an hourglass angled brush, this is what I used to use for my L'Oreal stick as well, I can just take like a tiny bit of this and just kind of like tap it on, because to be honest, the actual stick is too big to draw anyway, which is what I would have done with my L'Oreal stick, but it was a much thinner foundation stick. So I found with this, I really like to kind of just tap some on the brush and then just really lightly go in, and it's super creamy, so it applies really nice on the skin, but it's not so like intense in terms of the color that it literally just goes on like crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just such a nice wash of colour, which is what I want for a cream bronzer, because I always put powder bronzer on top anyway, so it doesn't need to be like the most intense. It's more so just to help my powder bronzer like last. You can literally see already it's literally added just like the nicest amount of warmth. Like, I like the fact that I have to go in a couple of times. I mean, I could obviously like tap more onto the brush, but I kind of like the fact that I can really just control how much product I'm applying. Okay, and then concealer, I'm gonna still use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Vanilla. Whilst that sets down a little bit, I'm actually gonna use some of the Revolution brow gel just to set those in place now that my brows are all done. Okay, and then sponge. Just gonna start patting that in. Oh gosh, it feels so weird using a new sponge. Like, I actually don't know how to work. Blends in really nicely, gives a nice amount of coverage. Doesn't look heavy under the eyes. Right, this powder, oh my gosh. Okay, this is the Milk Makeup Blur and Set powder. I'm obsessed. I have absolutely fallen in love with this. I feel like it's literally the same as my YSL powder in the sense that it gives a really flawless and smooth look to the skin. It's not heavy, it's really light in terms of applying it with a sponge, dusts away really nicely, it leaves a really like flawless blurred finish. I'm so glad I bought this because the reviews on Cult Beauty very nearly put me off it because it does not have good reviews on Cult Beauty. I think it's got like 2 or 3 out of 5 stars. Might have gone up since, but when I last checked it was pretty low. But I'm obsessed with this. Maybe if you have oilier skin, it might not be the best powder for you. For someone with drier skin, I cannot get enough of this. Like, it's cheaper than my YSL one as well, which is amazing. I don't know exactly how many shades it comes in. This one is in the shade Translucent Light. So I'm just gonna go straight in with my sponge. I actually removed all of the packaging, so it does come with like a lid that opens up and like a little like sieve and stuff and a little net to get your brush in and your sponge in, but I just found that it did nothing, so I literally just ripped it all out. So you just open it now and it's just straight out of the pot. Just gonna take like that much and I'm just gonna press. As I usually would. Already it's just made that side look so much smoother. And then I'm just gonna do what I would do with my YSL powder. So I never really let powder sit for really long on the skin, like I don't like to bake, but literally like I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. Like, I love it so much. I'm gonna quickly finish off my under eye and I'm just gonna use the Kylie palette again. So I'm just gonna dip back into the shade Tiger Eye and just dust this underneath. Okay, to powder the rest of the face, I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way powder in the shade Natural Beige and just kind of press this over the outer parts of my face. I feel like this does the exact same, if not better, as my MAC Studio Fix powder. Like, I just find it really flawless, not too drying or like too heavy on the skin. Just kind of sets everything in place and keeps everything nice and warm. Okay, on to cheeks. Again, I've got 2 new products that I'm really excited to share with you. This one I've already been using. You guys know the Fenty Beauty Shady Biz Sunstalker bronzer. This is pretty much like the only bronzer I'm really reaching for at the minute. I just find that it blends really nice on the skin. It's a really nice warm shade, but not too orangey or too intense. And then I'm just gonna blend out the bronzer a little bit with my foundation brush. Also a really good shade for nose contour as well. So you guys know I love a bit of nose contour. I'm just gonna do the sides of my nose and then also the bottom of my nose as well. And I always connect it up towards the top of the brow as well. Okay, highlight. Again, one of my favorite products in this video, and it is also another Milk makeup product. I feel like everything that I found recently that I've been so excited about is Milk makeup. This highlighter, this is the Flex highlighter in the shade Iced. I can't even tell you how intense this highlighter is. Like, it's very similar to Cookie by Benefit in the sense that it's very easy to go overboard with this because it's so intense. Like, you literally need the tiniest bit. So I'm just gonna very gently hit the pan like that and still tap off. And like, oh, so pretty. Like, it literally just applies so intense. Blush, you guys know I'm obsessed with blush at the minute. Like, I cannot do my makeup without it. So really been loving the Too Faced Love Flush in the shade I Will Always Love You, which is like so cute. Quite pigmented, so kind of just start on the apple and then blend back. Feels weird, like I've still not done mascara or lashes, like it feels so weird, but I'm just gonna do it at the end now so I don't have to like cut away. I'm gonna do lips again. Oh my gosh, this is something I'm so excited to share with you. This is like the lip combination that I've been wearing non-stop recently in all of my videos, on like my Instagram posts where I'm wearing like outfits and stuff like that. So the lip liner I really love is by a brand called Nabla, I think it's pronounced. This is the Velveteen Touch Me Long Lasting Lip Pencil. The lipstick that I've really been loving is one that I bought on Cult Beauty. It's the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Susanna lipstick. I just feel like these two complement each other so well, and the lipstick is a little bit lighter, so it really gives you that pout. And then over top I just use any lip gloss. So the one that I really love right now is the Zoeva Melody lip gloss in the shade Radiant Flight.